Listen, mate. How long have I known you? 4 years. And I've never, ever seen you like this. I might not have been the most available friend to you lately. I don't know if you noticed. Maybe you didn't. But anyway, if you ever, any time, want to talk to me about how you're feeling, good or bad, that's fine.
Well, Alan Bradley and Francis Quigley, who we saw in that scene and also wrote the film, are here now. Thank you for coming in this morning. A difficult subject to cover, and certainly in a film, it's quite intense, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I think, though, we tried our best to try and make it as realistic as possible and not too overly dramatic and intense. Yeah. To try and make people relate to it as best we could, yeah.
We didn't want it to be overdone and made to feel like you can't relate to these two guys, these two individuals that are living in a quite normal life in London, and we want them to be relatable. So
that's the tale then, essentially. Two friends, and one of them, your character, starts to feel unwell.
Well, we jump into the story where he's already dealing with depression, and Francis' character is struggling to kind of be around
understand exactly what it is, and kind of doesn't really grasp it at first. And I think I know quite a lot of people that are kind of like that as well. They don't really sometimes grasp, and you don't want to talk about it. You kind of just push it away. But actually, I think that the journey for Brian, who I played, he learns to, in the film, to kind of try and understand it and do something about it.
Because what we want to do with the film is take the focus off my character who's depressed and focus on the friend and how they can engage with it.
Because actually, quite often, if we are faced with a situation like that, I think many people would have a similar reaction where they wouldn't quite know what to do, or they would dismiss it as, you'll be fine, don't worry, let's go to the pub and have a pint, cheer up, mate. And there's a lot more to it than that, isn't there?
Yeah.
You worked with a charity, didn't you, to make sure you got this quite accurate and you make sure you got the kind of symptoms and the size of it all right?
Yeah, we worked with Headstrong, which are an Irish charity. And they kind of helped us to make sure we're depicting it properly and sensitively and giving the right message as well.
Yeah, it was our research that we did initially, and kind of our understanding from where we, our backgrounds, because we know people, we're people. So I mean, with our own input, and then we spoke to Headstrong, and they kind of helped us along the way. And,
It's quite a fast process. You only started to write this in January. It premieres tonight. Taking aside the subject matter, that's quite exciting for you guys.
Yeah, it's really exciting. I think we have worked night and day together all the time since January.
Yeah, so definitely. It's been intense for us just working on it.
But it's exciting to finally get to the stage where we can show it to people now and get people. That's the whole point behind it, get people to see it and hopefully get something from it.
When you set out on this journey and you kind of obviously found out that suicide was still the leading cause of death for young men in the UK, were you surprised by that, or was that something that you already kind of had an inkling was going on?
I was surprised, definitely. I think as much as I was really interested about the topic, when we started looking into it, I was like, I couldn't believe some of the statistics that were coming out. 1 in 4 men, 80% of the population in the UK and worldwide, are more likely to commit suicide. And
I think as well, we've found that from just talking to people what we're doing and making the film, so many other people have told us their own story, or about their brother or their father or friend, and I've come to realise how big a thing it is, how it literally affects every person I've talked to about making this film has had a story to tell me about either themselves or somebody else.
It's premieres tonight over in Shoreditch. If people want to go and see it, where can they see it?
Well, we once the premiere is finished tonight, we're going to immediately upload it onto our website, mandownfilm.co.uk. And everyone can watch the film online there.
Lovely stuff. Okay, thank you for joining us, and good luck tonight. I hope you enjoy the premiere.